This week on Martyr's Row.
Did the Heaven's Gate cult invent the internet, or was it Al Gore?
Was Caleb the Giant Killer actually a giant himself?
When did Bob Lazar become Bob Bizarre?
Is your granny a witch?
I don't know. Let's find out. This week on Martyr's Row. 3, 2, 1. Saint Boetius, a man of noble Roman birth and singular learning, served in high office under Theodoric the Ostrogoth, yet set his heart more upon wisdom and the fear of God than upon earthly favor. In his writings he labored to reconcile philosophy with the providence of the Almighty, teaching that no earthly fortune can overthrow the counsel of heaven. Yet, through envy and false accusation, he fell into the displeasure of the king and was cast into prison at Pavia. Stripped of his honors and condemned as a traitor, there in bonds and affliction, he wrote his book of consolation, strengthening his own soul with the remembrance that all worldly prosperity is but a shadow. At length he was put to death by violence, and so ended his life in unjust suffering. Thus Boetius, though not slain for the confession of Christ by open persecution, bore witness by patience in adversity that the righteous are not forsaken, and that wisdom is found in the fear of God. Anno Domini 524. Hey, Paul.
Hey, Steve.
Welcome back to WQRS, MartyrsRowRadio.com. That actually sounds kind of cool.
Thursday morning.
Wake up, everybody.
It's 4 a.m.
We are here waiting for you. Now we get all smooth.
Now, let me ask you.
Okay.
Sorry, hold on. I messed that up.
Wait, now let me ask.
Hey, let me ask you.
Okay, I like that better.
Yeah.
What would you like to ask me, Paul?
Do you know what the internet is?
Yeah. You talking about Al Gore's baby?
Yeah. The super information highway?
Yes.
Yeah.
Super information highway.
Is that what he called it?
SIH?
Something like that. I don't know.
I guess, maybe.
I think he called it the information superhighway. That's what.
The information superhighway.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
I think that's what it was.
Are you Al Gore? Did you invent the internet superhighway?
Did you invent the
international? Yeah. Are you Al Gore? Did you invent the internet? Welcome. This podcast is for you.
Drop a comment. Let us know about it.
If you're not Al Gore, please turn the channel.
You need to stop watching now.
This is only for Al Gores. So Paul, what do you got for us?
Well, so you know how like the internet has changed a lot.
Yes.
So
yes.
I don't know if you. I'm sure you. I don't know. I love how I was like, I don't think you remember this. You definitely. If I remember this, you remember this.
Or we are being exposed more to the internet every day.
That is true. In a different kind of internet.
Okay.
Because there actually is like different phases of the internet that they call it.
Okay.
There's like internet 1.0 and 2.0, and I think we're heading into like 3.0 or something.
Interesting.
If we're not already.
Is that like 5G?
It's just like I think it's how they define like I don't even know how
phases.
They define it.
It's like we're moving further away from
and like what it can do. Yeah.
Oh boy.
Because I mean, so before Google,
okay,
there wasn't not really search engines.
True.
Which is, it's funny because even for me, because I remember surfing the web without a search engine.
Okay.
And I love how I'm like, I don't even know how I did that.
Yeah, how did you do that?
Like you just type in random websites and go there.
Oh yeah, it would directly take you. You had to know the address.
Yes.
That's right.
Like you had to know where you're going. The www dot was important.
Right. And you had to actually, yeah. So if you were searching for something, you had to guess the website.
Yes.
So you had to guess the address. Otherwise, you wouldn't get to anything.
You would never get there. Yeah.
Yeah. Which makes sense. Like if you're sending a letter.
Right.
You'd have to send
You need to know the address.
Yeah, you need to know the address.
Yeah.
Fair.
And it's what's interesting about it, too, is because there was also what websites could do was very different.
Yeah.
So like in the very early stages of the internet, you couldn't click on links
Okay.
and see anything. It was basically just like one page of text.
Okay, yeah.
And so a lot of people would use it for like flyers or
Yeah.
stuff like that. And it's like, hey, look, this is happening. I'm like, oh, cool.
Yeah.
It's like,
You're just like typing
how do I get
random
junk
things in.
mail directly to my computer?
AOL.com.
Yeah. And then, then it moved into like, oh, there's hyperlinks and you can have like images and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And that's when like it really started to like take off and whatnot.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And so there's a lot of old websites that have died.
Okay.
Like they've been here and they died off.
Okay.
And so there's a few though
Yeah.
that have remained active to this day.
But no one's updated them?
No, not updated.
I actually have never thought about that.
Yeah.
So there's like old, I guess, what would it be, like Linux or something? Like there's old just like text only website landing
Yeah,
pages.
which is crazy to think about.
But how would they be hosted?
Someone's still paying for it.
But who was hosting it?
Yeah, I have no clue. And so the one in particular that I want to bring to our attention today, it's not like a text only. It was in like that 2.0 phase.
Okay.
So it has like some hyperlinks and like some videos and recordings, but it's very like early
Early internet.
website design.
That's cool.
And this,
So you have to know the address to find it?
you could just Google it now.
Okay, fair.
Yeah. Or
Fair.
Ask Jeeves.
Ask Jeeves. I like
It's
that.
classic.
I like it.
Yeah. That's the
So what
first
you
time I
got?
got to cheat on my homework.
Oh.
Ask Jeeves.
Just Ask Jeeves. That's
It
hilarious.
did not get me a good grade.
Fair. It didn't know what it was doing.
No.
Jeeves wasn't the best.
Even
butler.
back then, people still lied on the internet.
It started out that way.
Yeah.
Thanks, Al Gore.
Thank you. Actually, on a total side point,
Okay, yeah.
it is amazing like how many even GIFs back in the day were still fake. Like, do you remember seeing the one of the penguin knocking the other penguin into the ice?
No.
You've never seen that one?
Uh-uh.
Yeah, it's a classic one.
And by GIFs, you mean GIFs?
I said what I said.
No, I understand.
Yeah.
But I think other people might think there's a T in there.
Yeah, that's fair. And that's on me.
So
yeah.
penguin knocking another penguin.
Yeah, totally fake.
Is it just
Never
animated?
have. Yeah, someone just made it up.
Okay, fair.
And everyone's like, this is real. Because it's on the internet.
I like that people are saying that. They see a penguin. They don't go like, oh man. They go, this is real. This definitely happened.
Facebook has never died.
Oh boy, can you see
Oh
this?
boy, this is real.
This is real. Did you see this, Deborah?
Breaking news.
Hey, Deborah, in 1998, did you know that this was real? Imagine something on the internet.
Could you believe it?
The internet, the super highway
I
of
can't
information.
stop watching it.
Oh, I love my Uncle Al Gore. Is your granny a witch?
Is your granny?
I don't know. It's got to be real. It's on the internet.
It's gotta be real. This witchcraft here. So anyway, there's a website
Okay.
called the Heaven's Gate.
The Heaven's Gate.
Yeah,
Okay.
and so
Why the?
I guess they just really loved it.
Fair.
It might just be Heaven's Gate, but I said the.
Fair.
So Heaven's Gate. It is just Heaven's Gate.
Okay.
Read my next line.
Is it a portal?
Well,
Am I reading ahead?
it is still online today and remains one of the oldest continuously maintained cult websites
Oh.
on the internet.
Wait, aren't all those people dead?
Not all of them.
Is this the... Okay.
So you have heard of Heaven's Gate?
I have, yeah.
Yeah. So it was originally launched in 1997, shortly before the group's death.
Okay.
Meaning it has now been online for nearly 30 years.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Also that 97 was 30 years ago.
That's the wildest part.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I heard something the other day that like any like Gen Z considers anybody that was born before the year 2000 as old. And it's like,
Okay.
okay, we've entered the phase where we're just all old.
We're all old. Which honestly makes sense though, Because I remember like even my parents talking about like the 80s.
Yeah.
And it's the early 2000s, and I was like, you guys are old.
Yeah, fair.
And it's like, oh, that was only 20 years ago.
Yeah.
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 So
Fair.
it makes sense.
We're all just perpetually old.
Yes.
It is funny that
And we don't
like,
realize we're old until the next generation tells us we are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And they can say it whenever they want.
And they do.
Oh, Granny's a witch.
She's an old witch.
It's like, Granny's only 35.
She's old.
Also, how is she 35?
That's the most shocking part to you. Technology.
Okay, so Heaven's Gate.
Yeah. I was going to go on that a little bit longer. I need to stop.
I know.
So the site still contains
Okay.
the group's teachings, audio recordings, recruitment materials, archived videos, and statements written by members before their deaths.
Oh, that's so creepy.
It's eerie.
Yeah, that's weird.
Yeah. So visually, it still looks almost exactly as it did in the late 1990s, with basic HTML formatting and very little modernization.
I bet they paid like $50,000 for it.
Oh yeah. And now it's like $15 for the domain.
Like a better version costs nothing.
Oh, it's almost nothing.
Yeah, that's wild.
And so, for those that don't know, because to be honest, I've heard of Heaven's Gate, but I didn't really know anything about them.
So Heaven's Gate, you could just say Nikes and purple Kool-Aid. Right?
I mean, pretty close.
Like that in my mind, that's what like Heaven's Gate was like the like I don't remember it when it was happening.
I mean, I was child. So,
Yeah, same. So like that would have been something where it would have been like later on it was just like there was a cult called Heaven's Gate.
Yes.
And they all died drinking purple Kool-Aid.
And it was
and
like
they all had the same Nikes on when they died.
Yeah.
Just like, I mean, cool way to die.
But there were some that stayed behind because they had to make sure that the message got through.
Oh.
And so what's weird about it, because there's some interesting things. So like just a quick summary.
Yeah.
Because I mean, you summarized it very beautifully.
Thanks.
So it was founded in the 1970s.
Okay.
By Marshall Applewhite and Bonnie Nettles. And so the group believed that Earth was about to undergo destruction or recycling. Human bodies were temporary vehicles. Salvation meant leaving the human condition behind. And extraterrestrial beings represented a higher evolutionary kingdom called the next level. And so they combined Christian terminology, apocalyptic ideas, UFO beliefs, strict communal living, and heavy self-denial and separation from society. And members believed that Jesus was a missionary from the next level, and that they themselves could evolve into higher beings through obedience and rejection of worldly attachment.
Interesting. There's like so many different
just like colliding ideas.
Yeah, like yeah. What? Because I don't even know really what. I guess like some because it's not like one category of things.
Right.
It's like, like did they like where did like that's like the belief in like Anunnaki stuff too.
Right.
But that's really old.
That's a very, very old idea. Yeah.
But it would be like I think I forget sometimes. I think because of like we are in an age of disclosure.
Yes.
And we're in this place right now where like it seems like we are normalizing extraterrestrial organic life.
Yeah.
But none of us really know if it's actually real or not. And to what extent.
And because
they're
so much
talking
stuff
about
is fake now,
you
don't know what is and what isn't. Yeah.
Yeah, so like it very well could be that there's an increase right now in the concept of the reality of extraterrestrial biologics.
Yeah.
And them never actually having to produce a real one because it can all be AI and eventually holograms and like there could just be people that create
True.
alien life, and we all just accept it.
Like, cool.
But there may not be alien life in the way that they would describe it.
Right.
That's really trippy. I haven't really thought about
It's
that.
trippy.
We're like kind of emerging into this moment where the technology is there for it to be created.
Yeah.
At the same time
Yes.
that we're in an age of disclosure, as if these things have always been real.
Yeah.
But then from a biblical standpoint, we know like things like angels and demonic spirits and like there are all these beings that exist that aren't created on the earth. So technically alien.
Yes.
But that's different from like what they're talking about.
Correct.
Like governments are talking about. But yes, and I forget sometimes that cults of the 70s were engaging with
like big into this.
Yeah, and that makes sense because really it's like 50s and 60s was
because that's when the
emergence.
whistleblower
Right.
era was happening.
Yeah, especially in the 70s because then you
Yes.
what's the main guy?
Applewhite.
No.
No,
but
like
yeah.
this of this.
Bob Lazar.
Oh, Bob Lazar. Yes.
Like that would have been
he
the
was
big
like
one.
the original whistleblower.
Yes.
Yeah.
But yeah. Okay. So then
Yeah.
is there any like self-proclaimed people that we know of that are still part of Heaven's Gate?
There are people that still go on like podcasts to this day. I
Okay.
can't think of their names off the top of my head.
Who were part of it?
Who were part of it.
Weird.
Who actually were given the mission of staying behind.
Okay.
And there's actually a big thing that's happening that we'll get to in a minute here
Okay.
of like how it actually ended.
Oh.
Because it wasn't as simple as like they just was like a mass Kool-Aid drinking sesh.
Well, I know that like a lot of people tried to bail at the end.
Well, they were trying to get to something, and there's a reason they picked like when they did it.
Oh.
But before we do that,
Okay.
here's some interesting facts about them.
Oh. Okay. Is this a mini episode?
This is a mini episode.
Okay.
Just because it was so fascinating.
Yeah.
So I was like, this is bizarre.
Okay.
Bob Bizarre.
Bob Bizarre. Wait, did we just solve it?
What?
Was Bob Lazar actually Bob Bizarre?
So the members of the Heaven's Gate cult often abandoned their families, careers, possessions, and even their original names.
Okay.
So the group assigned new names ending in ODY, such as RKKODY.
Okay. Oh, okay.
I don't even know how to pronounce that. And LVVODY
Okay.
to reflect separation from their former human identity.
Right. So they're like taking on what they perceive as like
Like
alien
a Christian
names.
name. Yeah. Or an alien
Not
name.
Christian.
Well, I mean, it's the same idea, but it's yeah.
Extraterrestrial names.
Yes. They're like, this is bizarre and crazy. That's my name.
So is Elon Musk part of the...
I mean, did you
Heaven's
see what
Gate?
he named his son?
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. He's a Heaven's Gate guy. And so the group also practiced extreme discipline. Life inside the group was highly structured. Members followed strict rules involving diet, behavior, celibacy, uniform clothing, and limited personal expression. Several male members, including Marshall Applewhite, voluntarily underwent castration as part of the group's rejection of human sexuality.
Okay.
Which is like, that's extreme.
It is, but it's also characteristic of every cult.
That's correct. Yeah.
That there's like either a denial of or an abuse of sexual
yes.
relations, orientations, all of those things.
Yeah. Expression.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's true. And so the other one is they were early internet users.
Oh, that's
So,
interesting.
Heaven's Gate embraced technology unusually early for a religious movement in the 1990s.
Well, they were becoming aliens, so
Yes.
of course they would embrace
Of
technology.
course, they love
That makes sense.
technology.
Yeah.
And so members built websites professionally, offered web design services, used the internet to spread teachings, and saw digital communication as useful for reaching potential followers.
Huh.
So the website became one of their primary public outreach tools near the end of the movement.
So then was Al Gore in Heaven's Gates?
That's a great question. He's like, we need to spread the message. I'm going to invent the internet real quick.
Hey, guys, real quick, I've got something for this.
Yeah. And so actually the two main members of Heaven's Gate believed they were the two witnesses mentioned in Revelation.
Oh, I did know that. Okay.
Yeah, and the other one that I just think is amazing
Yeah.
is they also loved Star Trek, believe it or not.
Sure.
And believed there were hidden messaging or messages behind the episodes that they could learn from.
Which there probably are.
Which is like, that's awesome.
Yeah.
And so the question, how it ended.
Well, does that
before-
also mean that Heaven's Gate cult members early on in the internet planted things in the internet that have
Oh, that's
grown
interesting.
over time?
They started like viruses.
Well, just like the idea that like the earlier you teach a kid something, the more exponential it becomes in their life.
That's fascinating.
Right? So like
Yeah.
I wonder if there are things affected now by things that they implanted into websites that they built.
They like built stuff into the original HTML.
Yeah.
Yeah.
that affect us now as far as like how we're.
That would be kind of fascinating.
Yeah, I don't know if there's any way to trace that, but yeah, I don't know.
There'd be some deep research.
Yeah, you'd have to go back to origins of.
That's true.
Of like maybe internet language, maybe origins of the etymology of internet language.
We'll even see like what sites did they build and where did those go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially if they were building other people's websites.
Yes.
That's kind of my thought.
Because that's kind of how they made their money.
Well, then they definitely had to have like put stuff in that.
Oh, I would imagine.
That'd be interesting. So how did it end?
So in 1997, the group became focused on the appearance of the comet Hale-Bopp appearance.
Hale-Bopp?
Hale-Bopp.
Nice.
They came to believe that a spacecraft was traveling behind the comet and that leaving their physical bodies would allow them to board it and enter the next level.
Oh, cool.
So they're trying to get on the spaceship.
Yeah.
That
Makes
was
sense.
supposedly hiding behind this comet.
Okay.
And so between March 22nd and March 26, 1997, 39 members died in a coordinated mass suicide at a rented mansion in Rancho Santa Fe, which you'd hate to be the guy who owns that, right?
I know.
That mansion. And so the deaths were carried out in stages over several days using a mixture of that crazy drug, phenobarbital,
Fentanyl?
probably, alcohol, and plastic bags placed over the head. So that event became...
Phenobarbital.
Oh, thank you.
Phenobarbital.
Barbie dolls. They
Phenobarbital.
used Barbie dolls.
Mixed with
Feral
alcohol.
Barbie dolls.
Phenobarbidols.
And so the event became one of the most widely known cult tragedies in American history. And so the website still remains online.
That's weird.
Because former members who did not participate in the incident have continued maintaining it. And so two longtime associates of the movement reportedly preserved the site and its materials after 1997. Their stated purpose has been to keep the group's teachings publicly available exactly as they were left. As a result, the website functions as an archive of the movement, a historical artifact of the early internet, and one of the most unusual surviving remnants of a modern religious cult.
Weird.
It's an eerie site, too, when you go on it, 'cause you're like, where am I?
Yeah, that's creepy.
Yeah. And
That's
it has
weird.
Hale-Bopp written right in the front. Like right in the header.
Hale-Bopp?
Yeah, the comment.
That's so weird.
Yeah.
That's weird.
It's bizarre. Bizarre.
It's like Bob Laser Bizarre. Bob
Laser
Bizarre?
Beam Bizarre.
Bizarre? Bob Laser's Bizarres?
I need to watch Star Trek now.
Heaven's Gate, the oldest website.
Yeah.
Maybe not.
One of the oldest.
One of the oldest websites. Still remaining. Huh.
And so if you are one of the guys maintaining that website,
hit us up. We need a website.
Yeah, we do.
Make our website.
That would be awesome.
That would be
I
awesome.
would love that.
Yeah.
But I'm going to double check the HTML.
Yeah. Check on Al Gore, check on Bob Bizarre, and see what's going on with Heaven's Gates. 3, 2, 1.
Down the road, the lanterns sway. Names long buried still call our way. Dust on the pages, blood in the stone. Searching for the ones the world forgot to know. Along the road where the tall pines grow, faded voices still call us home. Maps and memories, ash and bone, following trails that time has overgrown. Walk the road where the fire still glows. Truth runs deeper than anybody knows. Saints and sinners, lost and the old. Martyrs row, martyrs row, martyrs row, where the stories unfold.
So, Paul,
Talk to me.
we haven't done this for a while. We're going to do an exploratory episode.
Oh, I love it.
We've been pretty like, this is exactly what we're going to talk about.
Yes.
Or like, here's a question and then let's expand on it. And we probably kind of know where we're going.
There's usually
but-
a little bit more direction behind it. Yeah.
Yes. But I have a general question
Oh.
that I have not been able to find anybody answering this question.
Okay.
Now, people have said things definitively,
Yeah.
but they aren't universally common.
Mm.
And there are traditions that people follow, but we all know like that's ancestral. It's
Yeah.
it
Traditions aren't always based in reality.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But there is something that I feel like I do all the time, and that I feel like is a common mistake, which is basically reading something in the Bible, and particularly when it comes to like relationships and genealogies, and we look at the genealogy and we skip over everything,
Yeah.
and we forget that like there are things not hidden, but I guess hidden in plain sight.
Yeah.
Like if you don't know who is who, you don't.
You miss some of the like the play that's going on underneath. Yeah.
Yeah, and not just the play, but potential stories of redemption, potential stories of grace that exist just simply in the genealogies.
Yeah, that's true.
So there's one that, as I was like, I hadn't thought about this before. There's one that I was like, didn't realize was so contentious, and apparently is like a big deal, particularly in the rabbinic tradition.
Ooh.
But there's a guy that like we all kind of know. Like if you've read the Old Testament.
So we've knocked out half of the people.
Fair.
You should read the Old Testament.
Yeah. Well, you probably at least know these guys, but you may not know their names. But
Yeah.
anyways, how about we just jump right into it?
Okay, let's do it. I love it.
Okay, so
It's a very contentious question you're about to
Yes.
ask. Yeah.
well, okay, let me set the scene.
Okay.
So, okay, we have this story through Genesis where God is communing with his people, giving them the things that he wants them to do on the earth, and they keep going and doing their own things. They gain knowledge and they kind of like do whatever they want in their own way, and God keeps trying to tell them like, hey, I designed you in this way to do it this way. Do these things like this. If you don't do that, then it's just going to be hard for you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, you can do whatever you want, but I'm just telling you,
This
like,
is where it goes.
I'm
Yeah.
not making it hard on you. You literally, it's just going like, dude,
Yes.
don't do that.
Yes. I've told you what you need to do.
Yeah,
You
and
just have to
so
do it. Yeah.
right, so then we come upon this guy Abraham, and Abraham is seen to be righteous, and Abraham gets called out of his family lineage and
Mm-hmm.
and walks into this kind of this communion, and he begins this. He becomes the pillar of the faith of the family that would ultimately be Israel.
Yes.
Right. And through his descendants, you have Abraham, Isaac, and then Jacob. And Jacob wrestles with the angel of the Lord.
Mm-hmm.
And then he eventually takes his whole household and he goes up to the well at Bethel, which was Abraham's well.
Yes.
And he brings it all back to life. We joked about that. Like, the ingredients were already there. He just kind of put it back together.
Yes. Yes.
Like, Abraham built the well, but Jacob just kind of put it back together.
Yes.
But it's remembered as
He
Jacob's
cleaned it
well.
up. Yeah.
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 It's like the grandson's always getting all the credit.
You know what I sacrificed for that well?
Yeah, I brought
Yeah.
that wood up here. Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
but I bought the the cleaner. So
yeah.
All
Well,
right.
and I brought everybody back to the Lord, you know?
Fair enough.
Like, you're Abraham, I'm Jacob.
Yeah. Strong point.
Yeah.
But
Fair. But acknowledge both. Thank you.
Yeah.
But so we get to Jacob. Jacob becomes Israel. And then we have the 12 sons of Jacob who become the 12 tribes of Israel.
Yeah.
So you get this lineage that kind of all comes out from that. And then in the process of that, there's these exiles. Everybody seems to constantly end up back in Egypt. We keep going and trying to go up, and then we
Yes.
just land back in Egypt. It's like
We've joked they just keep missing the promised land. They're
Yeah.
just like, let's start here. Oops.
yeah,
Let's
it's a
go
little
back.
bit like gravity.
Oops. Yeah.
It just
Yeah,
keeps
it's-
falling to the bottom. So they end up in Egypt as the story goes on. I'm jumping huge steps.
Yeah.
But they end up in Egypt. Moses, their little trickery, all the Israelite firstborn, Moses grows up with no peers that are
Yeah.
Jewish, which is interesting.
Yes.
But he grows up in the palace, and he goes out. He flees. He comes back. He let my people go. Takes the Israelites to the Red Sea, not on his own doing, but God splitting the Red Sea.
Mm-hmm.
They go out into the wilderness. They go to Sinai, and they get the law of the Lord. The Israelites are saved by Yahweh, and then they get the instruction to follow so that they can stay in communion with Yahweh, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And the intention at this point is that they're about to go up into the land of Canaan.
Mm-hmm.
And the land of Canaan is the land that's flowing with milk and honey. And the land that's flowing with milk and honey was the land that Abraham came through. And when Abraham made the well in the first place,
Yeah.
God said, your descendants will take this land. But then he prophesied it's going to be a couple hundred years.
It'll be a while. Yeah.
Yeah. So now we're a couple hundred years later. Moses and the Israelites are in the desert, and they're on the east side, coming out of Egypt, and they're about to go into the promised land, right? And it's not been very long that they've come out, and they get up to the promised land, and they look over the edge, and they're kind of in the Jericho area, right?
Yeah.
They look over the edge of the mountain in the Jordan Valley. I just imagine them like army crawling up. And because you actually can do that, like the way that the
Oh,
landscape.
really?
Yeah,
Oh, that's kind of cool, actually. Yeah. I love that you're actually picturing it,
I know.
and I'm just creating a new image.
Yeah. Well, it's very much like the Jordan Valley is very much like it's a cliffside.
Okay.
So like you're not like when you stand in the Jordan Basin near the Jordan River, you look up, it's like 10 stories.
Oh wow. Okay.
Like it's a cliffside.
Okay.
Yeah. So like they're like looking over the edge, and when you're down in the Jordan Valley and you look up, you can't really see what's on the other side of the top of the mountain.
Yeah.
But it's not really a mountain, it's really flat land once you get up there. So that's why it's like kind
It's
of
a long way to get there.
Yeah. So anyways, they army crawl up and they look over, and what they do is they go, all right, let's choose 12 individuals from that would represent the 12 tribes of Israel. Let's send them into the land of Canaan to spy out, to scout out the land, and see what we need to do in order to prepare ourselves to enter the land.
Yeah.
Now, Yahweh has already said, I'm going to deliver this land to you. So arguably, they don't even really need to send spies.
They just need to go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is something we don't really question. It's like, yeah, of course you send spies.
Yeah.
And you go like, yeah, that's fine. Like Yahweh's probably like, fine, whatever you
Cool.
want to do.
There's some spies in there.
Yeah. I told you can go, but if you want to send guys, whatever. So they go in. I actually don't even really remember, though. It may be that they were told to send the spies. So
I can't remember off the top of my head.
No, we'll just jump over that. If you know, let us know.
Not important to the story, but
no.
Or
but
what were you trying to say in the story?
Right. So, but what we do see is the 12 tribes represented by an individual for each tribe.
Yeah.
And so that's all listed out, right? And so these spies go in and they go through a bunch of different areas, and it accounts for that. And there's actually different stories about that, which is kind of interesting in the rabbinic tradition. But they go through and they basically come back and they go, it's better than you thought. Like it's better than you imagine. Like there's just way more milk and honey than you can imagine. They go, but there's giants in the land, right? There's the sons of Anak.
Do you want the good news or the bad news?
The grapes are as big as your head, but
so are the people. Well, bigger.
Wait, they're tiny.
Wait, hold on.
Yeah, so they come back, and it specifically says that 10 of the 12 say like, we can't do this. They're gonna kill us. They're gonna smush us. Right? And then 2 guys go, no, we surely can take the land. Yahweh's going to give this into our hands. He said he would.
Yeah.
Once again, yeah, like listen to those guys.
Yeah, they get it.
Now, the 2 guys are kind of interesting because one of them is Joshua, and Joshua is the son of Nun. And if I recall correctly, Joshua, as the son of Nun, is... drum roll, please. Let me find it.
Find it.
Son of Nun goes back to Ephraim.
Son of a nun. No.
He goes back to Ephraim. So Ephraim is the one of the 12 tribes of Israel. So he's part of the tribe of Ephraim, which is one of the sons of Jacob or Israel, right? And so Joshua, part of the tribe of Ephraim. And then it says Caleb is representing the tribe of Judah. But it doesn't just say he's representing the tribe of Judah. And if you know anything about that, like the tribe of Ephraim, that Joshua is representing is a good tribe, the best tribe. But the tribe that Caleb is representing is the tribe of Judah, which is the lineage and tribe through which David comes, through which Solomon comes, through which Jesus eventually comes.
Yeah.
So one of the tribes that's represented saying that we can take the land is through the tribe of Judah.
Yeah.
Now the tricky thing with that, though, is it doesn't say that Caleb's dad is a Judite. It actually says that Caleb's dad is a Kenizzite.
Oh.
But he is representing the tribe of Judah. So the question is...
Oh, that's interesting.
Why is a non-Judite representing the tribe of Judah going into the land of the spies?
Yeah.
And how did that end up working out? And what is a Kenizzite?
That's fair. Yeah.
So
It's like a stalactite. But
yeah. I don't know. Yeah. Yeah, many things here. So what it actually says is,
yeah, that's interesting.
like, we go into it, and in Numbers
Yeah.
32:12, it says, well, let me recall a little bit of what. So
Okay.
Numbers 32, verse 11. Surely none of the men who came up out of Egypt from 20 years old and upward shall see the land that I swore to give to Abraham, to Isaac, and to Jacob, because they have not wholly followed me. None except Caleb the son of Jephunneh the Kenizzite, and Joshua the son of Nun, for they have wholly followed the Lord. So this says Caleb the son of Jephunneh the Kenizzite. But we know that Caleb was actually representing the tribe of Judah as a spy.
Yeah.
So that's weird.
So how did they get adopted into this?
Correct. So we know, like, Caleb is introduced in this way. It's Jephunneh the Kenizzite. And the description is repeated several times. It's repeated again in Joshua 14:6 and Joshua 14:14. But the Bible intentionally preserves the Kenizzite. So it's intentionally telling you, like, his lineage is different than you think it is.
Yeah.
Which is interesting because...
Yeah, that's fascinating.
So Kenizzite... All right, so Kenizzite, what is Kenizzite? It literally in Hebrew would mean descendants of Kenaz. Kenaz, Kenaz, or member of the clan of Kenaz.
Okay.
So then you go back and you go, all right, well, who was
were
Kenaz?
they? Yeah.
So Kenaz we would see, and I'm definitely not saying that right, but Kenaz.
That sounds nice. Yeah.
Thanks. So, all right. So there's this is why this is like an exploratory one, because it's like,
Now you're tracing genealogies.
yes. So then we go back and you go, all right, well, where do we see Kenaz? And one of the places that we see it is in Genesis 12, which is kind of interesting. Yeah. I think. Hang on.
No, you're good.
Let me get there.
It's interesting because I'm sure it's going to come up here. It's like, because at this point, it is interesting and worth noting, I think, and you might get to this, where it's like because we talk about Israel escaping Egypt.
Yes.
But what's interesting is we don't talk about a lot is, like, they weren't the only ones to go.
Oh, right.
And so what I'm curious about, and you might get to, or it might show up here, is like there were a lot of people that were non-Hebrews or non-Israelites that also left with Israel in Egypt. And I guess they would have to belong to some tribe.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
it's like, in part of it, it's like, I wonder if it's like, is it another maybe Egyptian family that was like, okay, we want to join the Israelites.
Yeah.
Let's get adopted into a specific tribe.
Well, and we see that in Judges.
Yeah. Yeah.
So we see the family in Judges that was friends with Moses's father-in-law,
Yeah.
and they end up
Yeah.
helping out the Israelite tribe,
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
which is interesting. All right, so Genesis 36, verse 9. These are the generations of Esau, the father of the Edomites in the hill country of Seir. These are the names of Esau's sons: Eliphaz, the son of Ada, the wife of Esau; Real, the son of Basemath. That sounds like a cool name. The wife of Esau. The sons of Eliphaz were Timon, Omar, Zepho, Gadam, and Kenaz.
Oh, well, there it is.
So this is the
Is that the
sons
same
of
Kenaz?
Eliphaz. So it's supposedly the same Kenaz. This is where we see Kenaz. And it lists it down here, the sons of Eliphaz, the firstborn of Esau. So the firstborn of Esau, his genealogy, like his kids, the sons of Eliphaz, the firstborn of Esau, the chiefs Timon, Omar, Zepho, Kenaz, Korah, Gadam, and Amalek. These are the chiefs of Eliphaz in the land of Edom.
Oh, interesting.
These are the sons of Adah. So, yeah, you have all of these pieces where when you look through, you look at the Kenizzite or the Kenaz, the Kenizzites.
That sounds like it could be it.
Yeah, and there's this break off of Jacob and Esau.
Yeah.
And Esau and the Edomite tribe, there's this breakdown there that the descendants there, like the grandson of Esau, would have been Kenaz.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's almost like there's speculation in this that as you look at the genealogies, that the descendants of Esau end up tying back in to the descendants of Jacob.
That's fascinating.
Because they get assimilated within the tribes over time. Because eventually Jacob and Esau make up.
Yes.
They come back together.
Yeah.
And when they come back together, you see this merging of the families.
Yeah.
Right. So there's an assumption in the rabbinic tradition that that's what would happen. So the sons of Edom would be from Esau, right? So so Genesis 36:11, that's where this name appears, right? So you have Esau, Eliphaz, and then Kenaz, and then the Kenizzites, which would be the actual clan, right? So this is building on the possible reconstruction of this would be Esau, Eliphaz, Kenaz, the Kenizzite clan from which Jephunneh, the father of Caleb, would have come, right?
That's fascinating.
Now, the Bible never explicitly says that this is the genealogy.
Yeah.
But a lot of this comes from the rabbinic tradition. So what we know is Kenaz is an Edomite name.
Yeah.
So Kenizzite is someone who is a descendant of Kenaz. And we know that Kenaz is a Edomite name.
Yes.
Right?
And Edomite is descendant of Esau.
Correct.
Okay.
And then Caleb is called a Kenizzite. Therefore, many scholars conclude Caleb belongs to an Edomite or Kenizzite clan.
That's fascinating.
So this is the merging of these two things.
Yeah.
Which is reasonable, but it's not explicitly biblical. But you have to remember that the Bible does keep saying that Caleb is the son of a non-Judah, like a non-Judite. So why does it keep saying that?
Which would put him as kind of like an outsider.
It would.
Yeah.
But he's representing the tribe of Judah.
Yeah, which is where it gets murky.
It's interesting.
Yeah.
So the blending of these two things. So then another Kenaz appears in Joshua 15:17 with Othniel, who is one of the judges.
Oh, yeah.
And Othniel, the son of Kenaz.
Wasn't he the first judge?
He was the first judge.
That's right. Yeah.
And actually, that's a pretty critical piece, too, because in Joshua 15:17, it says, Othniel, the son of Kenaz, Caleb's younger brother.
Oh, interesting.
So Othniel, the first judge of Israel, is the younger brother of Caleb.
So he would also be an Edomite. Or a Kenizzite, more...
He would be a Kenizzite.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That would be more appropriate, yeah.
His father also would be Jenutha.
Yeah.
I need to figure out how to say his name.
It's a weird name.
So what that means is the first judge of Israel, Othniel,
is technically not part of the 12 tribes.
But he's represented in the tribe of Judah.
Yeah.
So he would be, the first judge comes from the tribe of Judah, but his lineage is not blood.
A Judite. Yeah.
No. But if he's an Edomite, his blood still technically goes back to Isaac.
Yes.
Which is weird.
That's so interesting. Yeah.
Right, because as an Edomite, he would be the grandson still of Isaac.
Yes.
So it's like this
not
merging
from
back.
the line of Jacob.
No, from the line of Esau.
Yes.
Yeah. So it's like this tricky play here. So then Judges 1:13 restates it. Othniel, the son of Kenaz, Caleb's younger brother. This creates another interesting. Was Caleb's family already using the name Kenaz instead of Judah? So like, were they calling themselves Kenazites after being Judites?
Yeah, that's interesting.
So one of the options presented in the scholarly discussion is Kenaz simply Caleb's younger brother? Like, is that simply just someone's name? Like, is that? But that doesn't really make sense in how it's used. So the Kenazite is an inherited family clan name preserved from earlier Kenazite ancestry.
I think the interesting part for me here is if they represent the tribe of Judah, why does the Bible keep saying they're not from the tribe of Judah?
Correct.
Yeah.
Well, so Numbers 13:6, Numbers 13, chapter 13, verse 6 says, Caleb the son of Jephunneh, but it doesn't say the Kenizzite here. So as it's listing all of the individuals, like when it lists the spies being sent, in that passage in Numbers 13, it just says who his dad is.
But then later it does distinguish him.
Right. So like in this, like Numbers chapter 13, it says, and these were their names. From the tribe of Reuben, Shammua, the son of Sakar. From the tribe of Simeon, Saphet, the son of Hori. From the tribe of Judah, Caleb, the son of Jephunneh. So if you read it, like that's what I was getting back to, is like, if you just read it like this, it's like, well, they're just naming the tribe, the guy, and his dad.
Yeah.
And you go, yeah, but why would they name his dad? And you go, well, there must be some importance there. Like if we look to what that means. So what that would mean is, like, by the time we get to Numbers 13, by the time Moses sends the spies, Caleb is already a tribal leader, and he's representing Judah, and he's accepted without any disqualification. Like he's excited. He's accepted as a tribal leader of Judah.
Yes.
So there's not really a hint at that point that he's considered an outsider.
Right.
But, okay, so then the 12 spies, they enter Canaan, and they see fortified cities, Anakim, and giants. 10 return, like we said. Only Joshua and Caleb trusted God. Yeah. So the giants, in Numbers 13:22, it says they came to Hebron, where Haman, man, I'm so bad at these names.
There's some weird names.
Sheshai and Talmai, the descendants of Anak, were there. And then Numbers 13:33, we also saw the Nephilim, the sons of Anak, are part of the Nephilim, right? Yeah. So whether, well, you can get into our conversations about that.
There's a lot with that. Yes. It's not that straightforward, but they're very much similar.
Yeah. So here's something that is kind of interesting, is when we get into the tribes that come out of Esau and their relationship to the Anakim and the sons of Anak. Yeah. The descendants of Esau move also into the land of Canaan. Yeah. And there's some overlap there with giant blood. Yes. So the Edomites there's this overlap there with the giants in the land of Canaan. So you have this potential overlap of these two things. And there's an interesting piece that I didn't really realize until looking into this. But in Joshua 14:12, Caleb says, "Give me this hill country, for you heard on that day that Anakim were there with great fortified cities." So when Caleb is 85 years old, he specifically asked for the land that's occupied by the giants.
Interesting.
So in Joshua 15:13 through 14, Caleb drove out from there the 3 sons of Anak. The very giants he once spied became the enemies he defeats.
That's cool.
So Caleb goes in and spies these, and then he asks for the hill country that he might then go in and take that for himself.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's kind of cool.
So So there's absolutely no biblical evidence that Caleb descended from Anak or the Nephilim.
Okay. Yes.
Let's just say that. However, if Caleb descended from Edom, and Edom descended from Esau, and Esau married Canaanite women, Genesis 26:34, Esau took Judith and Basemath,
Bath mat.
and these were Hittite women. Genesis 36 adds Horites and other local people in Esau's family. So could Edomite bloodlines have intermixed with Canaanite clans where giants once lived?
Yes.
But could Caleb therefore have had distant Canaanite ancestry?
And that's where I feel like it would depend on which line.
Right.
Yeah.
That's where we don't really
Because that's where
have...
it's like we don't know that every line did, or I mean, technically, yeah. Like we don't know that every line followed that same path.
No.
To have that kind of bloodline.
Correct.
And so it would be a leap to say they all do.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
but
we
can't. It sounds like right now we can't definitively say he didn't.
Sure.
But the fact that he was accepted into the tribe of Judah and they cared a lot about bloodlines, it would seem to say that he wasn't.
Right. So if Caleb is a Kenizzite and the Kenizzites are descendants of Canaan.
Yeah.
Kenan?
Kenaz?
Kenaz. Thank you. I'm almost saying Canaan.
Yeah. I was like, wait.
Kenaz. And Kenaz is the Kenizzite tribe that comes from Edom.
Yeah.
Or Esau. Then potentially Caleb and the Kenizzites would have been more closely related to the cultural understandings and the lineage of the Canaanites.
Yes.
Because the Canaanite women married into the line of Esau.
Yeah.
So then the Caleb's ancestry would have included Canaanite blood.
Yeah, true.
Necessarily.
Yes.
So if the Kenizzites were actually who Jephunneh, the father of Caleb, if that's his bloodline, then that means Caleb's bloodline is partially Canaanite.
Yeah, there would be Canaanite blood in there.
Which is interesting because that puts Caleb in this position where he's leading from the tribe of Judah, which eventually the Messiah comes, and he's taking them into the land of Canaan, and he's going, guys, it's fine.
Yeah.
His ancestral memories may be different than the rest of the Israelites.
I mean, that's fair.
Do you know what I'm saying?
That makes sense.
So he could have had stories from his great grandmothers, right?
Yeah. Of
the Canaanite tribes.
Oh, Uncle Anak. He's quite a guy.
Uncle Anak. But like that's so then like the wild speculative idea would be like maybe Caleb is going in and going like let's trap this guy Joshua, right? But obviously that's not what he's doing, because what he eventually does is he goes, hey, give me the hill country. I'm going to go in and take out the giants.
And he does.
So he essentially, if you look at it in what the actual actions are in a biblical standpoint, it means that through the line of Esau, eventually you get Kenizzite women or Kenizzite leaders who then are adopted into the ancestry of Judah.
Yeah.
And they lead, and where their bloodline was tainted, even though that blood is in their veins, they are able to help lead and get rid of the giants in the land.
And not only that, but also be the first judge to rule Israel.
Yes. Right, because it's Caleb's brother.
Yeah.
Right. So Othniel would have been bloodline partially Canaanite.
Yeah, which is weird to think about.
Very weird to think about.
It doesn't seem like it should go together.
No, it doesn't.
But at the same time, make sense that it would.
It does. It's a
Even if we think about
it's
like
a redemptive
Jew versus
story.
Gentile.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's a Gentile adopted into the Jewish tribes,
Yeah.
and then set in a place of leadership, and then going back and making right the things that the Gentiles had done wrong.
Yeah, that's fascinating.
It is kind of crazy.
And you don't expect to see that kind of story in the Old Testament.
Correct.
Yeah, that's really interesting.
Yeah, and then there's this okay, so apparently rabbis love Caleb. So in the
They have posters of Caleb in there.
yeah. In the Babylonian Babylonian Talmud Sotah 34b,
Caleb. I'm just
Caleb. The
the
ladies fall
synagogue
away.
goes wild.
So Caleb secretly separates from the spies and goes to Hebron. In the Babylonian Talmud, right?
Okay.
He prays at the cave of Machpelah, which is a cave where Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob went, asking God to preserve him from the conspiracy of the other spies. This is now rabbinic tradition. This
Okay.
is not Bible.
Yeah.
So this is the Babylonian Talmud, which really wasn't finished being compiled until a couple hundred years AD.
Okay. Wow.
So the Babylonian Talmud. So this is part of the rabbinic tradition that when they entered the land of Canaan, Caleb separated himself from the other spies, went to this cave and prayed that the Lord would preserve him from the conspiracy of the other spies, meaning
The conspiracy of not entering.
correct.
Okay.
So praying in a place where he knew Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob had
Oh,
prayed,
that's interesting.
in order that he might have the strength when he gets back to represent well what the Lord has called them to do, right? Which makes sense. It's speculative, but
Oh, absolutely.
but Numbers 13 never says this happened. It simply notes that they came to Hebron, right? We read that a little bit earlier.
Yes.
Now, another Jewish tradition that's not biblical is that Caleb married Miriam. And you might be like, who's Miriam?
Wait, the name, I think I know who it is, but
Yeah. So the rabbis identify Miriam with Azubah and Ephrath in 1 Chronicles. Miriam is the sister of Moses.
okay, that's who I thought it was.
So
Yeah. I just didn't want to sound stupid and say it out loud. Yeah. I was like, no, I know that name. I think it's related to Moses. Yeah.
yeah. So in 1 Chronicles 2, it contains complicated genealogies. It never explicitly says that Miriam married Caleb. This is a rabbinic interpretation. So these are just like rabbinic traditions around Caleb.
So they're
this
just
guy.
like, we love Caleb. How do we get him into Moses?
Yeah. So yeah.
Because
So
he's a top dog.
their
So-
tradition is that he married Moses' sister.
I mean, which I guess in a way would put him kind of like he's up with the big dogs.
Right.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, to be fair, he and Joshua led.
I mean, it's like not. Yeah.
Yeah. And then his
Yeah.
younger brother becomes the first judge of Israel.
It's like oatmeal. Like guy did great work.
Yeah. It's awesome though.
That is cool.
Um,
I just love the fanfic about it. That's awesome.
yeah.
Yeah.
So the early church largely ignores Caleb's ancestry. As one does.
Sounds about right. Because
Uh,
they also don't like talking about giants, so
yeah,
it's hard not to when you were going to bring up ancestry.
right. So they look at Joshua as, leading everyone into rest, and Caleb as the faithful believer inheriting the promises. So his genealogy kind of becomes secondary, which is why we don't really talk about it very much. I mean,
Makes sense. Yeah.
it doesn't, yeah, but
Even though it's like genealogies were clearly very important to like all of ancient Israel.
yeah, and the Bible like repeatedly preserves the idea that Caleb is the son of Jephunneh the Kenizzite. It never really hides that background. So if Caleb was indeed descended from Edom and incorporated into Judah, then one of Israel's greatest heroes was likely not ethnically descended from Jacob,
Yeah, that's interesting.
which is wild. But Scripture celebrates him because Joshua 14:8 says, "He has followed the Lord my God fully." And Joshua 14:14, because he wholly followed the Lord, the God of Israel. So the story moves from bloodline to covenant. It moves from like what potentially could have been his bloodline and elevates the covenant because of his righteousness in following Yahweh's commands.
Yeah.
So again, it goes back to that idea, that simple idea of like, there's a potential that Caleb is an Edomite.
Yeah.
Which means that he's closer to he's like partially from the Canaanites, out of the sinfulness of Esau.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And he marries into the Hittite women and descendants of Canaanites. And so you have this move where all of a sudden later on, as there's reconciliation between Esau and Jacob, you have the Kenizzites being incorporated into the tribe of Judah.
Yeah.
To the point where descendants later, you have Caleb, who is the leader of the tribe of Judah, going in to represent the spies. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean that Caleb is the head person of the tribe of Judah.
He was just the chosen representative for that task.
Correct.
Yeah.
So he was a leader.
Yeah.
But that would mean that his bloodline was not pure in the way that the other tribes would have been pure.
Right.
And that he would have been grafted into covenant through faithfulness and righteousness of his ability to follow the letter of the law.
Yeah.
And then that brings him into a place where he's in leadership over the tribe from which the Messiah comes.
Which is pretty cool.
It is, and it's also it's also true to the Old Testament.
Yes.
That the line by which the Messiah comes includes women.
Yeah.
In the genealogy. It includes kind of the least of these. Like it includes a bunch of things where it's like this is pure, but it also is like I don't think that's not a lineage of kings.
Yeah.
Like the line of the Savior is not a lineage of kings.
No.
Which is kind of cool.
I think it's pretty.
So Caleb
pretty
would be represented similar in this if we chase down that idea of his genealogy and the representation that Kenizzite goes back to Kenaz, which would be a descendant of Edom in the line of Esau.
Yeah.
So then Caleb, one of the two, which oddly enough too is like, Jesus, the name Jesus and the name Joshua,
it's the same name.
Are the same name.
Yeah.
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 Which is funny.
It's kind of funny.
So if you look at it that way, it's like there's two guys that come in, and one of them's name is basically Jesus.
Yeah.
And then the other guy is potentially has blood mixed with the Canaanites.
Right. Yeah.
But he's leading the tribe of Judah from which the next Jesus will come. Right. So getting these two guys together. So then you kind of go like, all right, so was one of the guys who helped lead the Israelites into the land of the giants also blood related to the giants? And the answer is
possibly, yeah.
Maybe. And a cooler story.
Yeah. I mean, it's interesting because I feel like it is kind of, my brain goes in two different ways. On one of them, it's like, when you say it that way, it's kind of the similar symbolism in a much faster pace we get of like the thief on the cross with Jesus.
Right.
Where it's kind of like, all right, here's this guy who's got a whole different history, but he recognizes the truth.
Yeah.
And he accepts it and he's grafted into it.
Yes.
But then on the other side, I think of just the idea of bloodlines, because that's such a big deal.
I know.
And I think what's cool about seeing the story with Caleb is, and even just like the, what's the word? Like the speculative nature of like, there's a very good chance that his blood was tainted.
Yeah.
And actually that makes the story much cooler.
Yeah.
And even for us today, because it's like, where it's like, okay, the sins of the father will go down to the third and fourth generation.
Right.
And so what I'm saying with that is like, the decisions that we make affects our kids.
Sure.
And the decisions that, our grandparents made affect us.
Yeah.
And so on one, it's like it's a call to be like, yeah, you need to make sure you make good choices.
Yeah.
But if you're caught in a bloodline, to use that language, of like, oh, that person, like my great grandmother was a witch. It's like, I'm not saying that's true, but it's like, but like maybe that's someone's story,
Yeah.
and it's like, yeah, but looking at Caleb, you're not trapped in that condemnation or that grasp in a bloodline.
Yes.
But Christ, even in the Old Testament, is like, no, I'll free you from that.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
Pretty cool.
it's pretty awesome.
And this whole conversation is extremely speculative,
Yeah,
and like that's like we never said it wasn't. So
Right.
like everything we just talked about may or may not be true,
yeah,
and it really doesn't matter.
because it's fun.
But what is true is that people have talked about this idea for a long time.
Yeah,
So it's that concept of like, hey, if you ever hear anybody be like, hey, Caleb, the guy with Joshua who led the people of Israel, the children of Israel into, he was a Canaanite, by the way. It's like, well, maybe,
descended.
but
Yeah.
he also like he wasn't a spy for the other side.
Right. Yeah. Well, I think that's the cool thing about it, because even like theologically, it's like it doesn't matter one way or the other.
Correct.
It's almost cooler that he could have been descendant of Canaanites,
Yes.
but at the same time, it doesn't change the story.
No.
And it's still like a beautiful redemption,
Yes.
regardless. So
Yes.
It's like, yeah, someone's like, oh yeah, his great grandfather was a giant. It's like, okay.
Right. It also represents the idea that like when we think of the 12 tribes of Israel,
Yeah.
I think a lot of times we think of like a close-knit family. Like
Yeah.
the tribe of Judah was like, like 6 or 7 brothers
Yeah.
that all had like 10 kids each or something like that. It's like, no, a tribe was like sometimes 100,000 people,
Yes. It's massive.
which is insane.
Yeah.
So like then you go within that and you go, okay, well within that larger tribe, there's smaller groupings.
Yeah.
So that's where you get things like the Kenizzites, right? Like, so
Yeah.
you get stuff like that. And it's like, there actually could have been more incorporated genealogies like that
Absolutely.
aren't even necessarily talked about.
I mean, even with what I mentioned earlier with the Exodus, it's like,
Mhm.
yeah, Egyptians joined the Israelites.
For sure.
And it's just like, well, hold on, that's a whole other mixture.
Yeah, but those are probably the ones that were killed off when they did the golden calf, and
Very possible.
they were probably purified.
Yeah. Yes.
Who knows?
Side point.
So
but
then,
I mean, even like all that to say, it's like there is this accepting of other people
Yeah.
into it. It's not like, hey, sorry, you're not.
yeah,
You're
My
not
mother
one
was
of
a
John's
witch.
kids. Yeah. Get out of here.
yeah, get John's kids out of here.
Yeah.
It's true though.
Yeah.
So then, I guess the question would be, was Caleb a giant? No.
No.
3, 2, 1.